Your Hatter Husker receiver, Ricky Simmons.
Hey, welcome to the Get Your Happy On Hour. Man, this is 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons. You know, tonight's a special night. I had kind of preferenced that in social media. I'm basically, be real honest with you, I'm kind of excited about tonight's show. This is going to be a little different for me. I want to start off, like always, giving a big shout out to Matt Warner and Empire Fencing out in Waverly, Nebraska for the sponsor of my show. It means a lot to me. I got a couple more shout outs too. I got to give a big shout out to The Ticket. Tonight marks 2 years I've been with The Ticket. And you're listening to a guy and looking at a guy that thought he would only be doing the show for maybe a month. And here I am at 2 years. Time does fly. Big shout out to Rod Rowland of F&B Bank in Falls City, Nebraska. Big shout out to my business partner, Kim Kelly, for all the work you do on my behalf. I appreciate you. And her daughter, Peyton Kelly. You guys, you go above and beyond. And I just want you to know that it's not taken for granted. But like I said, tonight's show is going to be a little different because actually, I have no guests for the first time in 2 years. And Jake Bach Oven.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. We call him Bach. Bach's going to interview me tonight for the show. So this should be interesting. I'm not sure what all Bach got for me, but whatever it is, we're going to make it work. And we're going to find some positiveness. And we're going to, at the end, some kind of way, make it a Get You Happy On Hour.
There we go.
Okay, Bach. So I'm going to turn it over to Bach. So, Bach, I'm all yours, man. What you got for me?
Well, I'm excited to do this, Ricky. Of course, I was able to meet you 2 years ago when you were brought on, did a few shows with you, and now I'm taking over as your producer. It's always a great time to talk to you and a great time to be in with you. And it's going to be fun to kind of dig deep and kind of learn a little bit more about the man that always brings a smile to my face. So.
Well, good luck, Bach. Let's try to make it happen.
All right. Well, let's start with this. Who is your stylist? Every time I see you, you just look dressed to the nines. And I never see you in just like a T-shirt and some shorts on or something.
Well, okay, Bach, I'm going to say this. There's the story behind the dress code, okay? And for those of you that don't know, my father, who is in heaven, his last words to me while I was taking care of him in Texas in 2006, his last words was, "Every day that you're blessed to see," he said, "Ricky, look like somebody and do that for me." And when he said it, I didn't know that was the last words he was going to say to me. But after I realized those were the last words, I've honored that every single day that I've been blessed to see. And I even have a documentary that's titled Look Like Somebody. It's all the fedoras and all that. It's just me trying to live up to my dad's standard. I don't dress quite as well as he did, but I'm doing my version of it.
Yeah.
He was a suit and tie type guy with a fedora. So I just try to do dress shirts and fedoras.
Very cool. I love the fedora look every week. And to imagine that your dad dressed even better than you, I would love to see his get up too.
I don't compare. I mean, I do my best, but I'm nowhere near the dresser that he was. But I mean, this guy was very serious about his appearance, and he was just a very serious person, which I think I've taken a lot of those characteristics as well. I love to laugh and have fun, but I have to be honest with people. I'm not playing. I just choose to be jovial and humble and happy, but there's a very serious side to me.
Well, while we're on it, I did kind of want to get to your kind of upbringing because a lot of people know about your Husker career and maybe has followed since then. But you weren't, you're not originally a Nebraskan, so it's kind of interesting to kind of figure out the story of how you got here. You mentioned your dad. I know your mom was there too. What was kind of your upbringing?
Well, that's a good question. And I'm gonna share some stuff with you guys that a lot of people don't know. And the first one is the first 4 days of life. My name was John Doe.
Oh, okay.
I I I was left at the hospital after I was born by my biologicals, and 4 days after I was born, Clyde and Bertha Simmons showed up and said, "We'll take him," and they named me Ricky Clyde Simmons. So that's where the RCS
Mm.
comes from. My parents that I know are they're both in heaven now, but Clyde and Bertha Simmons were both school teachers with master's degrees, very educated people. And they instilled a lot of qualities in me as a kid that at the time I didn't quite get it. But the older I get and every day that I'm blessed to see, it makes more and more sense. It's like they're still alive within my head. So everything that you see from me is a combination of Clyde and Bertha Simmons. My mom was a very soft spoken lady, loved and smiled all the time. And my dad was like a sergeant in the army in World War II, so he was a very serious, very loud. He was a very strong person, and he uh, he was a no nonsense guy, and that's so I got a combination of him and my mom, and it turned into Ricky C. Simmons.
Now I know I was just checking through my notes. I saw you were born in Tyler, Texas, which made me interested. My grandma lived down there for a little bit.
Okay.
But then that you hailed from Greenville. So
Yes.
what was how long were you in Tyler? What was the move to Greenville?
Okay, that's a good question. Well, like I said earlier, I was born in Tyler, Texas, but I was left at the hospital. And uh, I'm not real sure how accurate this part is, but this is what I've been led to believe. My dad, I know for a fact, went to Texas College in Tyler, Texas. And for whatever reason, I feel like him and my mother, who's from a town called Marshall, Texas, not far from Longview, about 38 miles from Shreveport, Louisiana, actually. Um, they happened to be in Tyler for something. And I don't know how it all came about, but they end up at that hospital. And when they adopted me, they brought me straight to Greenville. So
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, yes, I was born there, but I've never, as far as I can remember, lived there. I've always lived in Greenville.
Yeah. Do you ever go back and visit or look at the hospital or anything?
No, I haven't, but I'm planning some trips here pretty quick to where I'm gonna go down to East Texas. My mother's buried in Marshall, so I plan to make some trips down there to visit and try to do a little research, I guess is the best word. But like I say, I have no animosity toward it. No one, the biologicals, no one. That was just my story, and the way I look at it is whoever the biologicals were, if they didn't want me, I couldn't have been blessed with two better people to be called mom and dad. So I'm very thankful for my parents in heaven. And also, I got to throw this little piece in there too. They both died in 2006 after being married for 50 plus years. And then 2006, when I buried my mom in June of 06 and my dad in September 06, I dedicated my life in 06 to basically making them proud of me. Now, it took me a little bit to get my life together, but as of June 4th of 2009, I've been on this path that I'm on now. And it's all based on the fact that I'm trying to make my parents in heaven proud of me.
Very cool stuff. And man, it's just it hits me right in the heart too. Recently, just lost my dad, so
Oh, wow.
it's
Sorry for your loss.
yeah, but imagine two in the same year.
Yeah.
Just that'd be a rough.
Well,
cycle.
and I've had this conversation with several people, and the one thing is, death is something that we're all going to see, and I know that. But for some reason, which is I have no explanation on what I'm about to say or why I felt this way, but it was always me uh, giving others condolences. For some reason, I don't know if this is just my lack of understanding, but for some reason, I never thought my parents would ever die.
Yeah.
I thought I would have them forever. I thought they would probably outlive me. So, it was really eye opener to lose them both.
Yeah. Let's get back into kind of your upbringing in Greenville. Obviously, at some point, you were able to flash enough that University of Nebraska was interested in you. What age did you kind of figure out, hey, I'm actually more athletic than some of the other guys?
That's a funny story too, because this is really probably not gonna make sense to people, but I am not actually a fan of football.
Hmm.
Uh, it was a it was a deal me and my dad made in the 5th grade. He approached me with a proposition. Hey, you play football, I'll get you all these little things you think you gotta have. Well, come on. 5th grade, man, I've been looking at this bicycle for 2 weeks. you know, I wanted this bicycle. So I went out for the little midget team, got the bicycle. 7th grade, you wanted more fancier clothes and stuff so you could try to get a girlfriend. So
Yeah.
played football and got the clothes, got a girlfriend. High school, you get 16, you get a driver's license. I want a car, but don't know how to ask for it. So go out for the football team, And so I did, and I made the team, and my dad bought me the car. But I think that's when reality set in for me, because I basically I didn't know, I didn't like football at all, really. I mean, it was just a way to get what I wanted. But there were some guys out there on that field that was very serious about it. And, even though I didn't like the sport, I, I, I mean, I'm not scared of people, but I didn't like contact. So I ran, I played I had speed. I guess it was God given because I ain't worked at it.
Mm.
And I utilized that to avoid people. And I guess my senior year in high school, they put me at running back, and that was a position that I really didn't care for either, because they want me to run toward people or whatever and get tackled, and I didn't want to be tackled. So I used my speed to make people miss me, and then when I got them behind me, then I outran them. That was just for safety reasons. But after 10 games, I led the state of Texas in rushing.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
as a running back, but I was a small running back. So I actually I wasn't trying to come to college to play sports at all. I knew I was going to college because my parents were both school teachers, but I wasn't trying to play sports in college. And all these scholarship offers started coming, and all these coaches coming to my house. And, I was pretty impressed with one school, but I know it's not popular to say this in Nebraska, but I was real big on going to OU.
Mm.
I wanted to play in that wishbone. If I got to go, let me
Sure.
play in the wishbone and outrun people, because I don't got to run over nobody. Well, Barry Switzer pretty much assured me that I could do that. And I was ready to do that until Tom Osborne showed up, and he didn't recruit me. He recruited my parents. Barry Switzer recruited Ricky. Tom Osborne recruited Clyde and Bertha Simmons.
Mm.
And so I guess 2 against 1 when all the dust settled, where go Big Red.
That's right. What was that? What was that conversation like? I mean, did you till the end basically want to go to Oklahoma?
Oh yeah, I was dead set on being a Sooner, because first of all, they ran the wishbone back then, and I was a viewer back in high school. I mean, run the option, pitch it to me on the edge, and I'm running a 4.3 40. I mean, I can outrun just about everybody. So, and if I couldn't outrun you, I can make you miss. So that Oklahoma format fitted my style better than this I formation that Nebraska was running, talking about between the tackles.
Mm.
I'm allergic to contact. So, and I got to Nebraska, they had me at wing back at first, and I couldn't block them defensive ends and stuff. And So I asked Coach Osborne one day at practice, could I try running back? So he put me in running back. You know, first play, 80 yards in practice. I was like, just like high school. Well, the second play he called the offense and the defense. And when I went up between the tackles, I saw the linebacker, so I got him. So I faked him, but I cut back into the other linebacker, and I lost half my uniform. I mean, I lost the helmet. My shoulder pad strings broke, elbow pad, a shoe. I mean, dude, it felt like I was in a car wreck. So I'm walking around picking up all my stuff, and Coach Osborne was acting like he didn't see it. He's sitting there looking up in the sky and stuff. So I walked up to him. I was, "Hey, Coach." He said, "Yeah, Ricky." I said, "You got a different position I can play?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, I was kind of thinking wide receiver." I was like, "Yeah, I don't know anything about wide receiver, but let's do that." So I switched to wide receiver. I ended up redshirting 1 year because I didn't know how to play wide receiver. I didn't know anything about running routes and running 10 yards and come across the middle and catch. I didn't know. I mean, I was running back all my life. So after that redshirt year, I learned how to play receiver and end up starting a couple of years at receiver.
Very cool. Very cool. I want to get back to yourself in high school too, because you said you're kind of blew up as a senior.
Yeah.
Was there in Oklahoma, Nebraska, obviously among your finalists, was there any thought to stay close to home to go the college route that way, or did you want to kind of experience something away from home?
Well, not to be honest with you, I would have went anywhere close to home. Because football wasn't really a part of my equation. You know, I don't know, Bach. I really just didn't. I just didn't want to play college football. I mean, you know, and I know this sounds weird coming from me because a lot of guys, you know, they work their tails off. You know, whether it's running in the hot sun, lifting weights, and doing all these things just for the opportunity. And I was like just gifted to the opportunity, and I don't know. Since we're doing full disclosure here, I'll just be honest. I became a genius at 16. You know, I started using drugs and stuff, and smoking a little weed, drinking a little alcohol, whatever, taking a few pills and here. And I started all that stuff in high school because I hated football. But the key was I couldn't quit because I was afraid I'd lose stuff, like the car, you know. So I just get really messed up and go play. And I don't know. I mean, it's pretty safe to assume I did not remember most of my career in high school, even though I had a lot of success. I have since went back and looked at the film, to see like, wow, I was actually pretty good and don't remember nothing. But you know, but I somehow I choose to call it a God thing. He just blessed me to have success.
And you were able to play while you were inebriated, or?
Oh yeah, I don't remember nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, there would be some times because you know, looking at the film, it was like we played 10 games my senior year, for example, and we were 9-1. So the team we lost to was Plano, and they were the team that won the state that year, I believe. And I didn't play in 9 fourth quarters, and I still had over 1,500 yards. I think 18 touchdowns. And I would be on the sideline in the fourth quarter looking at my teammates like, man, the offense is on the field. Why am I over here? And they thought I was just being funny. They're like, oh, dude, you know you done already did your thing. You know, like, did my thing. What'd I do? I don't remember. You know, and then the next day I would read the paper. You know, I think the one game that stood out the most was my homecoming game. I remember this part from the year before as a junior when they had me playing defensive back, which I hated that. This team called Sherman, they beat us like 42-7 in Sherman. So my senior year, I'm at running back, and we play Sherman for our homecoming. I did all my little pregame ritual stuff, and man, at the end of the game, I'm on the bench again looking around, and I end up the next day I read the paper. It said I had like 250 yards and 5 touchdowns. I don't remember nothing. I don't even remember playing the game.
Was that every day was kind of like
it
that?
was, yeah, it was like, because every day I had to go to practice.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to blank everything out. I mean,
Mm.
like I said, I don't have a typical story when it comes to, I mean, all my buddies and my teammates, they were serious because they were all trying to get to the next level. Those guys, man, they would come by my house. Texas, it's like in July, it's like 105. These guys jogging up to my house, ringing the doorbell, and I hear my mom saying, "Yeah, yeah, baby, he's in his room." And they come in, "Yo, Rick, man, we're gonna run out to the high school. We're gonna jog out to the high school, lift weights, then we're gonna jog to the park and run routes." I'm like, "Dude, what time y'all going to the park?"
Yeah.
I'll meet you at the park. I don't want to run in the hot sun, and I don't lifting weights for what? I've never lifted weights in high school either. So it was just, I don't know. I mean, I just call it a blessing is the best way I can explain it.
What do you think, and it's probably hard, to kind of dictate this, but
Yeah.
what do you think would have been your life post high school if not for football?
Well, my track coach, rest in peace, Coach Cotton Ford, man, he used to, as a sophomore, he had me on the varsity track team.
Mm.
And he used to always tell me, he's like, and he had this funny voice. It's like, "Simmons?" I was like, "Yeah, what's going on, coach?" He's like, "If you would leave those B&H menthols," which was Benson and Hedges menthol cigarettes, and he called marijuana smoking, eating Cheetos because your fingers will always burn up. He's like, "If you leave those Cheetos and those B&H menthols alone, you could go to the Olympics." Because as a junior in high school, which it'll never be broken down because we ran yards back then, but they converted over to meters right after my high school career. But as a junior in high school, I ran a 100-yard dash in 9.3 seconds. So
So could have had an opportunity in track then.
yeah, I could have probably went to the Olympics. I was, like I say, it was just something I just never worked at being an athlete.
Yeah, just some given stuff. Well, I'd like kind of getting through your high school days. I think maybe in the next thing we can kind of get more into the college.
That's all good. I'm all for that.
Let me see if I can find some music to kind of get us out of here too.
Well, I tell y'all what, don't y'all go nowhere because we're gonna be right back. And I got a whole lot of more. Talk to you in a minute.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Nebraskans are proud of their public schools. Hi, I'm Tim Royers. As a Nebraska Teacher of the Year, I traveled across the state and saw the value public schools bring to our communities every day. They're where our kids get the skills and opportunities they need to succeed. They're where families come together to enjoy a musical, cheer for our teams, talk with teachers, and build trusted relationships. Strong public schools create strong communities.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back. We have absolutely gigantic savings right now at Koppel. They are offering $12,500 off on select new pickups. That is not a mistake. You heard right. $12,500 off list price right now on select new pickups. Those discounted units, though, will not last long. These are all manager specials. You have to come in now, so hurry in down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G356093 must trade.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Still using that old, outdated office phone system? You need better. At Hamilton, we offer solutions for the modern office. Whether you have an office full of staff or your employees work remotely and are on the go, seamless call handling is important. Elevate your communication and connect seamlessly with clients and staff with Hamilton Business Phone Systems. Choose better and hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or a trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Old School with DP and J.
And, this part of camp it happens in high school camp, when they have a certain amount of time before their game, before school starts and all that. And then it happens in college and it happens in the pros. I had more fights with some of my good friends, the guys that I'm considered lifelong friends at this point in camp than with some over-energized rookie trying to make a name for himself. Seriously.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Man, look at here. Bach got me going. Bach got me going, y'all, but that's okay. Bach, you got something else for me, man?
Yeah, we can keep it rolling. So it's in honor of the 2-year anniversary of Ricky here at the Ticket. We're getting to know Ricky a little bit better. First, I want to get to some comments here to shout you out here. Brett off YouTube says, keep doing big things, big bruh. Happy Sunday. Getting my happy on here in Tulsa.
Oh, little bruh, appreciate all the love and support, man. Hope everything is well down in Tulsa, and thank you for all your support, man.
Shauna Mayberry says, hey, Ricky. So shout out there. Also, Theola M. Cooper says, thank you so much for sharing your story, my friend.
Well, thank you, Shauna, and thank you, Theola. I appreciate you guys for supporting my show. Just putting myself out there. I stay up under the bus, so I'm just throwing myself under the bus again.
Odious Lee shouts out for Facebook. Cool show, little bro. Brett also chimes in again on YouTube. Thank you, Buck and Ricky, for this awesome show and deep dive into Big Bro's journey. So let's keep it rolling.
Hey, Odious, man. I seen you was down there doing your thing, man, on the tailgate, man. I'm just saying I'm proud of you. I'm probably going to be heading back to Texas pretty soon, and I will not pass on my way back. I will not pass by exit 51 getting you your pies. So don't even worry about it. I got you, big brother.
Well, there we go. We kind of talked about your upbringing, your high school days, and then making it over to Nebraska. Very cool story about how you found yourself at wide receiver after a little contact there.
Yeah, man.
But what were your initial thoughts coming to Nebraska from Texas? And especially, kind of what did you think the city of Lincoln would be? And then what was it when you got here?
Well, this is embarrassing, but I'm already under the bus, so I'm just going to keep it rolling. I had never been to Nebraska, so I had no idea what it was like. Only thing I knew about Nebraska was once a year around Thanksgiving, they would play Oklahoma on TV.
Mm.
They didn't have all the cable channels and all the 1,000 games. Everybody watched Oklahoma, Nebraska. That was kind of a big deal where I'm from. And naturally, we were all cheering for Oklahoma. But but every time they were playing Lincoln, I would notice that the field was surrounded in snow.
Mm.
So, man, I'm like, man, it's snow up there all the time. I thought it snowed 365 days a year. So I had no idea that Nebraska actually had nice weather at different points of the year. I just thought because of that one little game that I would see in November and it was snow on the ground, like, man, I wouldn't go to school up there. I had no idea. I mean, 8th, 9th grade watching Oklahoma, Nebraska, man, Nebraska was not even on my radar just because of what I thought the weather was like. And after my dad convinced me that I was going to Nebraska, I actually came up in August for camp, and I was pleasantly surprised. August 11th, I think it was when I showed up here. Man, this place ain't half bad.
Yeah.
I got to be honest again. The first day I landed in Nebraska, I didn't know where I was because I got really intoxicated before I got here because I was not happy. And when I got here, and they took me from the airport to the stadium and put me in turf shoes for the first time, and man, I didn't know that I was gonna have to run a 40 because I was this guy, man. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. I was this dude that alcohol always did me worse than my friends. My buddies in high school could drink like a 12-pack of beer and go to the little house party or wherever we went and be the life of the party, man. I drank 2 beers. I'm like, I need a cab. I need help getting to the cab. But I could smoke, I could smoke weed, man. I could smoke weed better than anybody. And I got here and I drank 3 Budweisers on the plane. I was messed up. And I landed in Lincoln. And they took me to the stadium, put me in turf shoes. I went out and I ran a 40. And first I fell in front of the sports writers. They laughed, pissed me off. Got up, run a 4.4. And then as a freshman. And then they told me to run it again. I went back after Hardy Belch, Budweiser Belch,
Yeah.
and ran another 4.4. And then I started talking really out of my head to everybody because I just wanted to get sent back home. I didn't want to be here. And I didn't know how to get out of it. So, but some of the upperclassmen, they were like, man, this little freshman from Texas just ran like a 4.4. And he's on something because he's stumbling and stuff. But, anyways, I made a couple of friends and I ended up staying. I did real well up until, I think, Halloween Eve. And I think Halloween morning I woke up and I was getting ready to go to class. And it was about, I guess, probably 2 or 3 inches of snow on the ground. I panicked. Like, wow, man, all this snow. We got a free day. That's the first thing come to my mind because in Texas, if it falls, don't even stick. We cancel school, business closed. Well, end up, there was class. So I was like, well, I ain't going to class. And I tried to get out of football practice. And they're like, no, that ain't happening either. So that's when the transition and the adjustments started happening for me in Nebraska. Like, man, these people don't care nothing about snow, man. Don't they know I'm from Texas? We don't do snow. So, but it wasn't bad. After granted, I could walk right by you and you wouldn't recognize me because I was bundled up like a Eskimo or something.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that cold, but in my mind it was.
Yeah. And of course, Lincoln has gone through a lot of changes since then, and I'm sure it was much smaller at the time.
Yeah.
What was your kind of teammates' reaction? Did you kind of were you able to find a friend group once you got here? Did you leave a girlfriend behind in Texas?
Yeah.
I mean, what was kind of the friend group?
I left a girlfriend behind in Texas, and then when I got here, I came in with some really good guys, man. My freshman team, it was my roommate, and that was another thing he helped too. He's no longer with us, but my roommate was a quarterback named Nate Mason. we both played at Greenville High School together, and we both got full rides to Nebraska. So he came here with me. So I had him as a roommate the whole time I was here. Then Roger Craig was from Davenport, Iowa. He came in with me. Guy by the name of Dean Steinkühler came in with me. Craig Holman was our fullback. Man, we had, and then I met guys like Rodney Lewis, Russell Gary, Jamie Williams, Jimmy Williams, Toby Williams. So Brent Williams, all these guys, man, Sammy Sims, rest in peace. I could go on and on. Odious Lee. I mean, there's so many guys I met that took me in basically like a little brother. And they made sure I was okay. And to me, that was very helpful because without those guys taking me in and making me feel welcome, I don't know if I could have actually made it because those guys knew the ropes, and they just kind of took me and Nate in. And also we had a program called the Lincoln Parent Program back then. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but Lincoln Parent Program was a program set up for out-of-state full scholarship athletes to come and have a family in Lincoln. Because on holidays, if you're from Nebraska, you can run home for the holiday. Well, I'm from Texas. I can't run home. Kind of one of my claim to fame is my Lincoln parents are both in heaven now as well. But my Lincoln, it's a funny story. My Lincoln family adopted me because when I was in 7th grade in Caddo Mills, Texas, my mom taught school in Caddo Mills. Caddo Mills is like 10 miles from Greenville. So I would ride to school with my mother every day, 1st through the 8th grade. Well, in like the 6th grade, I friended this guy named Brett Stroop, who's now in heaven as well. But Brett was like a receiver, and I played quarterback. And I always played a grade ahead of me for some reason. They would always move me up. It was a little small school. And Brett, after practice every day, I would go to Brett's house and wait for my mom to come pick me up. And Brett's mom just treated me like one of her own. And Brett was a white kid. And a lot of people didn't understand our friendship, but we were like brothers. Well, when I got the scholarship to Nebraska, Brett's mom, Connie, called her sister, Carol, who lives in Lincoln. And her husband was Dick Kearns, who actually owned South Ridge Bank, which is now, I guess, Westgate on 27th and Old Cheney. But he owned that bank. So he came down to the stadium and he's like, I want to adopt Ricky Simmons and be his Lincoln parent. And, everybody's kind of shocked, like, well, black athletes usually go with black families and white athletes go with white families. And I think from the way it was told to me, my Lincoln parents said, oh, so my donation is no longer needed. Is that what you're telling me? And I became the first black athlete in Nebraska to have white Lincoln parents.
Oh, wow.
So that helped too. And I had 4 Lincoln sisters. I still do have 4 Lincoln sisters. And I used to go to this family out at off Old Cheney, Rolling Hills neighborhood. And every weekend they have me out. I could do my laundry there. And my Lincoln mom used to make these pecan pies I could bring back to the dorm. And Nate saw how good I had it. He started going with me. Like, man, your Lincoln parents be hooking you up. So, yeah, but no, I really, I adjusted quite well and I've been blessed. I mean, I guess the moral of the story is I've just been blessed my entire life. I have no excuses for the stuff that I've done, but I've just really been blessed.
Yeah. And back then they had, freshman team and you mentioned all those guys who came on. Did you think, and at the time you probably want to play varsity, but do you think looking back that was helpful, or do you like that they've kind of moved off that?
Well, I think back then it was helpful because the game was different. I mean, and I'll probably get some backlash on this one, but that's fine. I don't care. We smash mouth football. When you're 160 pounds, I ain't got no business running up through the line messing with people like Odious Lee and Steve Damkroger. I mean, that Jimmy Williams, that doesn't make physical sense, but the game has changed. So now with the spread offense and it's just a different game.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, man, I'm just going ahead a little bit here, but my senior year, I think I may have caught 15 or less passes on a team that was 12-0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We did not throw the ball. We turned around and pitched it to Mike Rozier and everybody else blocked.
Yeah.
And we knew that. So it was a different game, you know. So that's why I say, yeah, for me back then, it was probably better to give me a little time, because I actually started lifting weights when I saw all these guys I had to compete with. And I saw them in the weight room. And I'm like, man, I better at least go in here and do something, because they're going to break me in half out here. So yeah, I mean, today's game, I guess as a freshman, you have a better chance of playing.
Well, let's go ahead and take one final break.
Take one last break.
Yeah.
We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket. It's to get you happy on out.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Nebraskans are proud of their public schools. Hi, I'm Tim Royers. As a Nebraska Teacher of the Year, I traveled across the state and saw the value public schools bring to our communities every day. They're where our kids get the skills and opportunities they need to succeed. They're where families come together to enjoy a musical, cheer for our teams, talk with teachers, and build trusted relationships. Strong public schools create strong communities.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back. We have absolutely gigantic savings right now at Koppel. They are offering $12,500 off on select new pickups. That is not a mistake. You heard right. $12,500 off list price right now on select new pickups. Those discounted units, though, will not last long. These are all manager specials. You have to come in now, so hurry in down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G35609. 93 must trade.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Still using that old, outdated office phone system? You need better. At Hamilton, we offer solutions for the modern office. Whether you have an office full of staff or your employees work remotely and are on the go, seamless call handling is important. Elevate your communication and connect seamlessly with clients and staff with Hamilton Business Phone Systems. Choose better and hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer's around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Old School with DP and J.
And, this part of camp it happens in high school camp, when they have a certain amount of time before their game, before school starts and all that. And then it happens in college and it happens in the pros. I had more fights with some of my good friends, the guys that I'm considered lifelong friends at this point in camp, than with some, over-energized rookie trying to make a name for himself. Seriously.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, I'm back. We're about to wrap up this show. I think Bob got a couple more questions for me, and then we're going to get this thing wrapped up and get up out of here. So what you got, Bob?
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of were going through your high school days, your upbringing, then we got to kind of your college career. And then I know you played a few years professionally.
Yes.
What was that kind of like, and what brought about the end of that, I suppose?
Well, pro football was a 3-year deal for me. 2 years in the USFL, 1 year with the Atlanta Falcons, but I picked up an addiction in the USFL my rookie year and didn't know it was an addiction. And then my life spiraled out of control. By the time I got to the Falcons, I really didn't care to participate in sports anymore. And basically cocaine convinced me that football was getting in the way of my using. So I walked into Atlanta Falcons head coach's office and I quit and went on a 25-year cocaine binge. So that, which led me to prison 4 times and several treatment centers, which I talk about when I travel the country and speak and try to help others not make those choices.
Well, what kind of brought you to that? I mean, that's the redemption story that we're kind of the arc we're on is, that's kind of the downside. But what brought you to being somebody that speaks and helps people and has, a Get Your Happy On show?
Yeah, well, and it's a good question too, because that's all Clyde and Bertha Simmons based. I dedicated my life, like I said earlier, to making them proud of me in heaven. And I know this would make them proud of me because they never got a chance to see me sober like you guys are looking at me now. I mean, I'm doing this show. I'm 15 years clean and sober. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't drink. I don't do any drugs. I did splurge yesterday. I had a Sprite.
Oh,
I was living on the edge, but I don't. I just
caffeine.
Yeah, a little caffeine or something. I mean, I just really I've dedicated the rest of my life to helping others not make the choices I made, and that's why I speak, and that's why I had to give a big shout out to Kim Kelly because she books me all over the country. Actually, this coming Wednesday, big shout out to Fall City High School. Y'all get ready because your boy coming. I'm excited about that opportunity. Rod Rowland and F&B Bank is sponsoring that, so that should be a big deal for me. And I just love helping people not make the choices. If you're gonna make some mistakes, make some new ones. Don't make the ones that I've already made. So this is why I can travel the country and help people by sharing my story and offering encouragement to make better choices. Because a lot, if we're being honest, a lot of the people I did the stuff I did with, they're no longer here. I mean, I look at myself as a miracle. And when I say a miracle, y'all, just listen to this. 1984 Orange Bowl was the last game of my Nebraska career. The last play I carried into that game was I right 51 fake, wingback reverse left, wingback motion, I bet flat protagonist, the monster fire, Ricky Tell Turner, check 49 pitch, get in there. Then I did cocaine for 25 years. So God kept my mind intact.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with that. And I'm not going to take that for granted either. So I'm going to use this gift to go help others not make the mistakes that I made.
Can I ask you, because I know people would want to know this too, is because you hear it so often, is kind of the company you keep. Was that part of the problem that kind of brought you down that path? And did you have to let go of some friendships to get on the right path?
Well, yeah. Who you hang out with will just about determine who you are. I agree with that concept. And I did lose a lot of friends when I changed my life 15 years ago. But here's the catch. Personally, it wasn't that big of a change for me because I'm a loner anyways by nature. I'm a loner that just knows a lot of people. I mean, I'm very comfortable by myself. I don't need people around me to tell me how great I am. I compliment myself all the time. I suffer from a disease called high self-esteem. I love me some Ricky, and that makes it easier for me to separate from people that are doing things that I can no longer do.
Very good. And then the other thing I wanted to ask you too, before we get out of here, is it's great to help people anywhere, right? But
Right.
it's even more of a blessing here of us in Lincoln that you're here around Lincoln. Why did you decide to stay in Lincoln all these years?
Well, after my parents died in '06, really didn't have any more family in Texas. I mean, relatives, don't misunderstand me,
Yeah.
but no immediate family. So I have a son, and he lived in Lincoln. So I came back to hang out with him, and probably the best decision the second best decision I never made. The first one was coming to Nebraska out of high school, which I didn't make that decision, but it was the best decision I never made. And coming back to hang out with my son was probably the second best decision.
And then another thing that I think is just kind of cool is you just kind of think of yourself like who is Ricky C. Simmons, and then how has that changed over the years as you kind of reflect on and look back at that. Do you see yourself still growing today?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm a real jovial person. I love to laugh. That's, the Get Your Happy On hour is real. That's not something I come in and fake for an hour. No, I'm happy all the time. And sometimes to be happy, you have to separate from people because unfortunately we live in a society where everybody don't want to be happy. They may be going through something that I totally don't have no idea of. So I had to give them what I call the 50 feet rule. I got to give them 50 feet because I need them to go do or deal with however they need to deal with. I need to give them space to do that. Like I had to have space to get it together. And also, last thing, like I said, I mentor about 15 people, and that starts every morning at 3 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm up every morning at 3 a.m. Only reason why I'm awake now is I'm doing a radio show. Only time I'm up after 6 o'clock in the evening is because I'm working. I get up at 3 a.m., turn my life over to Christ. I text all 15 of my people that I mentor. And then if some of them are going through tough situations, we may be talking at 4 in the morning. It just depends. So, I mean, I actually love what I do, and I got no problem with helping people. But if you're not serious about help, then I really don't want to be bothered with you because I'm not, just because you're in trouble with a significant other or the criminal justice system. I mean, I can't change nobody. I can't change laws for you, and I can't make people like you. But if you really want to change your life, I got a pretty good idea how to do that.
And then, I know that you've had, it's probably going to be hard in mentoring some people because not everybody can cross that finish line. But I
Right.
know you've helped a lot of people. Terrell tells me all the time that
Yeah.
he's very thankful for your presence in his life. So just know that it is thankful. People, I see the comments section is loaded, and Kim Kelly actually chimed in. Since you mentioned, might as well say it. Said off YouTube, the journey is real, but the road to redemption is true. Ricky C. Simmons' story. Proud of all you have overcome and the impact you continue to make.
Thank you, Kim Kelly, and appreciate everything that you do for me. You and your daughter Peyton, man, you guys are amazing, and I just want you to know you never will be, and you never have been taken for granted.
All right, as we get ready to close the show up.
Well, I'm gonna close it the way I always do. Every day you blessed to say it's just another day in paradise, and no matter what, you gotta get your happy on down. I'll see y'all next Sunday.
.93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to .93.7 The Ticket.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Nebraskans are proud of their public schools. Hi, I'm Tim Royers. As a Nebraska Teacher of the Year, I traveled across the state and saw the value public schools bring to our communities every day. They're where our kids get the skills and opportunities they need to succeed. They're where families come together to enjoy a musical, cheer for our teams, talk with teachers, and build trusted relationships. Strong public schools create strong communities.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Truck Month is back. We have absolutely gigantic savings right now at Koppel. They are offering $12,500 off on select new pickups. That is not a mistake. You heard right. $12,500 off list price right now on select new pickups. Those discounted units, though, will not last long. These are all manager specials. You have to come in now, so hurry in down 144th Street or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Stock number G356093 must trade.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Still using that old, outdated office phone system? You need better. At Hamilton, we offer solutions for the modern office. Whether you have an office full of staff or your employees work remotely and are on the go, seamless call handling is important. Elevate your communication and connect seamlessly with clients and staff with Hamilton Business Phone Systems. Choose better and hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5211.